Yo, Bo, welcome to another In the Life here episode, another vehicle vlog, and yet again, we're going to the ballpark. This is my last game of the season for my plan, 17 game plan, so against Toronto, so shout out to Leon and all you Blue Jay fans out there. I'm hoping for a better game tonight. I'm hoping the Phillies can stop their slide. I'm hoping we can make the playoffs this year. Like I said, I just want to dip the toes in them this year. Not expecting any great things, but at least I want to get in for the first time in a decade. But the Phillies aren't making it any easier on themselves. They keep losing games, albeit against really good opponents. Atlanta, Toronto. 18-11 last night. You know, you score 11 runs and you still lose because you're playing Toronto and they can score more runs. But hopefully tonight, Toronto used up their runs last night. Let's see. We got Zach Wheeler back on the mound, out of injury, so we'll see. I'm guessing he'll be limited tonight to innings. So we shall see. Only about 15 more games to go, counting tonight. So, you know, I think it's like I don't know who won the Brewer game today, but it's like going into today it was 2.5 for the last wild card spot, and the Phillies have the tiebreaker, so it's really 3.5 because they won the season series against Milwaukee, which is important, even more important right now. But both teams have been losing, so. The problem with that, though, is we couldn't, get a little further away from them because Milwaukee loses and we lose. Or we lose and Milwaukee loses, so we'll see. I still have hope, but it is September. And the September swoon has begun for the Phillies. They test us, they really do. But anyhow, aside from that, collecting wise, I guess we'll start with the hats, and we got some jersey news. So hat wise, yeah, I mean, there's been some good stuff out there. Lids just keeps pumping stuff out. The one thing about Lids, it's actually two things that I kind of wish. I'm not saying that I want to see less hats made from them, but my goodness, man, they don't let some of these collections breathe. They'll put out like 3 sets, and then like a week or two later, here comes another few. It's like, man, yeah, it is what it is. But boy, they keep pumping them out. I think, some of the stuff I've seen recently have been, some of them I've really dug and just really like, and some of them are kind of like, yeah, I can do without that one. But that's how it is, It's nice to have a set here and there where it's like, yeah, I can do without it because then you don't have to worry about spending more, right? The other thing, though, is most of these sets they've done recently have been in-store exclusives. And that's fine and good, but the problem is, obviously, then you're at the mercy of what the store in your area gets. Now, you can always reach out in the community, people for assists at different places that they live. Do you have this team? Do you have that team? But again, when they do the in-store exclusives for the sets, it's whatever teams you're going to have in your local area. So like around here, we tend, obviously the Phillies, we get the Pirates, we get the Dodgers. I think Dodgers is like universal, right? Yankees, it's another universal one that you'll get everywhere. We tend to get Chicago. Cubs, White Sox. And obviously, Tampa and Arizona, because those logos always sell, and, obviously they're big. So, we do tend to get them. Maybe another team gets sprinkled in here and there, but that's usually the gamut of teams. And one of the recent sets that they put in, and I'm so glad I'm so glad that I saw this when I did, because I was able to get a hat in this. Was the Trick or Treat set, and it's a Halloween hook, and I can't remember, at least in recent years, Lids doing a Halloween hook for, you know, the MLB or whoever, you know. Sometimes New Era would do it on their site, but Lids, like, you know, and they sometimes do holiday hook hats. I can't remember a Halloween one. Halloween being my favorite holiday, I'm real happy they did it, but I almost missed it because I didn't know. I saw on the Views from the Vault Instagram on the lid section, you know, some people were posting about it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, this is so, this is awesome, you know. And the Phillies hat I really liked, and it's the full Phillies logo, you know, the old logo from the, I guess, the 90s, and with the swooping ball, the one that everybody goes crazy over all the time. And I mean, it's a nice logo, but that logo I can't remember them winning a whole lot with. But that, I think, if I remember correct, I think that was like the you know, Rico Bronya, Mike Lieberthal, you know, Travis Lee, like those Phillies, the really bad ones after they traded Kurt Schilling and all that, right? That Phillies era. But it's a nice logo. It's, you know, it's kind of an old school. I think it's a homage to like the 50s kind of logo with the sweeping ball, and they kind of updated it a bit. And obviously it looks good on a hat. You know, I have a fat head of it on the wall, so I mean, it's a nice looking logo. But boy, that one caught fire, and now it's like every Phillies hat that comes out, not everyone, you know, a good amount of them have that swooping ball full Phillies logo on it. So that was the logo they used for the Trick or Treat hat. Now the Trick or Treat set, so basically what it is, it's a black, it kind of reminds me of the Cobra Kai 2.0s. And the Cobra Kai 2.0s were black hats where the logo had like, I think the logo was like black and yellow. I think they used that like the Cobra Kai colors. And it kind of has that look. So it's an all black hat, and it has so Cobra Kai, it was what, black, white, and yellow, I believe. And this one they did kind of similar, but it's black, orange, and white. The logos on the front and on the side. Really executed, very nice. I mean, I kind of got lucky because I went to the Lids the following day, and they had the Phillies one, but there wasn't very many left. The Phillies one's the one that went pretty, even in this area. A lot of times, to be honest, the Phillies hats, because there's just so many of them, kind of sit, you know, so they're not going to sell out right away, but that one did. Yeah, that one moved. In fact, I got a size smaller than I normally would. It fits, I think, because of just the make of the hat. I have to, you know, play with the brim a little more, to curve it a little more for it to fit a little better, but it's just about there. So some hats, they're just made a little bigger than others, and I think I just kind of got lucky with that one, because I got a 7 1/4 in that. And when I was like gonna put it on, I'm like, there's no way, and I put it on, and I'm like, ooh, this fits pretty good without me curving the brim. So okay. But I figured if I can find another one in a bigger size, like my 7 3/8 to 7 5/8, I would get that instead. Nowhere. I went to like 2 other Lids. The biggest was 7 1/4. So I'm like, yeah. And I asked the guy at the store, I'm like, when did these come out? He's like, oh, it was like a day ago or 2 days ago or whatever. I'm like, Jesus. So yeah, I'd say that one was a pretty big winner for them. They had others, like they had the Cubs, they had like full run in Cubs, they had Yankees, you know, full run, but the Phillies with that logo everyone loves, so you know, that's why that went pretty hard. But I got one. For what it's worth, I got one, so happy with that. In fact, now I have like 3 Phillies hats that are like you know, if you want to call them Halloween hooks, they're Halloween hooks because they're orange and black. And 2 of them aren't supposed to be Halloween hooks, but it just works that way because I got the Pro Image with the Independence Hall logo on the front. That's a Fast and Furious hook for like Han's car or whatever in Tokyo Drift, but it's orange and black. Then I got the Hat Club where they were hooking baseball hats to hockey, and I got the Phillies Flyers hook, but it's orange and black, you know, so it's Halloween, you know. So, and now Lids did an actual Halloween hook, the Trick or Treat collection, and I was able to get that. So that was there, and then today, New Era, which they put out, I want to say last year too, because I got the Phillies one. I almost wore it tonight, but I decided to go with this one instead. Like the fall hat, so it's like autumn related. And I like the set they did last year. I like the Phillies one last year, which has the 08 World Series logo on the side. And this year's is really nice. And I got it for a couple reasons. One is I just like the look of the hat. But it's all green. It's like a dark. It's like a. I don't even know what shade of green you would call it, but it's like it's a green total on the dome and on the crown rather, and on the brim, all green, and it's got the Fat Phillies P in like fall kind of leaf like colorway, you know, kind of. It's got like some, you know, orange and brown, and it's got some white, but it looks like a foxtail. So of course. And it's got the 1980 World Series logo on the side. So the first time they made a design with that particular look was the tiger. They were doing some sort of wildlife collection. They did the tiger, they did leopard, they did, I don't know, they did different animals. And the first one they did was tiger. And I didn't see it at first. But then people started saying, oh, that Phillies P looks like a foxtail. I'm like, oh shit. I gotta get this hat. And of course it sold out. That Phillies hat of that whole set, the Phillies hat sold out first. Now, isn't that just my luck, right? The one I want is gone. It was like within a couple days. And you've seen it again, but it didn't really do anything for me like the other ones they did, the leopard and the whatever animal they came up with. But then they did the autumn hook one, and it looks like a foxtail. So, all right, now this is my chance. I'm not missing this time. There's no oh shit this time. So I grabbed it, and, you know, when it comes in the mail, I'll be able to have that one. I had to. Eventually, I had to have a Phillies hat with the P looking like a foxtail. I had to. If anyone needed it, it was me. Damn it, it was me. And I'm glad that I finally got one. The mall fox will be able to wear that and going around in the mall. That's right. That's how it is. Maybe I'll wear it to a game next year. You never know. Because I'm sly. So anyhow, we're moving on. So that was today. I'm still waiting on that Hat Club Angels with the 89 All-Star. I think it's a pink UV. The thing is still in Arizona. It's kind of been lingering around Arizona for a while, so I don't know what's going on. USPS, you know, it happens with Hat Club. You know, packages I guess don't move at the the quickest with them, but I'll get it eventually. The other one I was pretty happy to get recently. It's a pre-order because it was from Clink Room. So this is a design that came out, I think, I want to say it was last year, and it was the Rocket Pops. So it's like the ice cream, right? So it's got like the space shuttle, it's like a, you know, popsicle and design. And the original one I was kind of upset I didn't get because I liked it. I forgot, you know, when the date came that it was, you know, that the pre-order closed. I just forgot. And apparently it was one of their most popular hats. So I'm like, yeah. But very nice. It was a red, white, and blue, very patriotic looking hat. I'm like, yeah, I could wear that for the 4th and blah, blah, blah. And of course, Best laid plans, right? So then they did another one, which is like a glow-in-the-dark one as well. And I didn't get that one. But then they just did one recently, well, pre-order, I think it came out like a week ago or two, which is like a Houston Astros hook. So it's got the space shuttle, which of course, you know, you think Houston, you think, right, the space, you know, you think NASA. So it's got the same design, but it's in the old Tequila Sunrise Astros colorway, which is very cool. And of course, I have quite a few of those jerseys, so we all see where this is going. Right? We all know where this is going. Combo Wombo, that's how it is, right? So I got that one on pre-order, and obviously the pre-order is still open. Who knows, with Clink, you know, there could be, who knows when you get it, but you know, I'll get it, you know, hopefully at some point, you know, maybe I guess next year or whatever. But so I have not pre-ordered anything with Clink Room in quite a while. The last one I did was the Rangers, the Fox hat, and that was one of the hats in there. You know, it took a while, you know, to come, and, you know, it was backed up and whatever, you know, that they were having some issues with, but I got it. So, and so like I said, I like the original Rocket Pops hat, I never got it. And this is, like, to me, even better because it's an Astros hook. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, that works all the way around, and I'm just gonna grab it, and I'm not gonna miss out on this one. You know, but other than that, it's you know, that's pretty much it. There's I know today, just before I left for the game, I saw Pro Image was doing did a 16 hat drop this Saturday with all pink UVs, and I'm kind of glad there's really there's a couple out of that set that I like and I would get, but I'm kind of glad that this is a Saturday I can just sleep in. Yes, I was thinking about the maroon Phillies, but then I remembered I had a picture of, like, just about all my Phillies hats with the 80 World Series logo, like the traditional maroon Phillies hats with the 80, and I have a maroon Phillies hat with the 80 banner, World Series banner patch on the side. And it's basically the same hat that they did with the pink UV. I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to go there just to get it with a pink UV. You know, I'm okay, I already have it. So I'm glad I checked that. Because that's one of the ones I'm like, maybe that one. But I'm like, I think I got one like that. You know, when you have as many hats, yeah, you tend to forget. But, so I'm glad I double checked that. I'm glad I took that picture. The Padres one's pretty cool because it's got the 78 All-Star patch on the side, and I got, what do I got? I got Dave Winfield, a few Dave Winfields with that, and I know they made a Raleigh Fingers, which I'd like to get someday, Mitchell and Ness. And it has the patch on the sleeve, but I do have, it's a snap, but I got a Padres hat with the patch on the side. This would be nice, so that's one of those, if it hangs around for a while and I just happen to be at Pro Image and I see it in my size, I'll probably grab it. Sometimes those hats do hang. I was just at the Cherry Hill Mall this weekend, and like, there was a bunch of their drops from the past however many months that were still just kind of sitting there. And, you know, I think the pink UV craze is kind of going down a bit. The difference, I think, with these is it also has a pink sweatband on the inside. But I don't know. I don't know how crazy people are going to go for those. Maybe they do. I don't know. This is just one of those where it's like, well, if I can get the Padres down the road, you know, I'll get it down the road. I don't really need the Phillies because I already have basically the same hat just without pink UV. You know, there's a couple other nice ones from that set, but I'm like, yeah, you know. I think there's nothing there that I feel like I have to get up at the crack of dawn to go running. So I'm like, yes, finally a Saturday I can just sleep in. This is good, and it's good because this Saturday I'm going to the Iron Pigs game with my buddy Mark M, so shout out to him. That's later that evening. But finally a Saturday I can just sleep in, just not worry about hats, and just, hey, I'm good. Maybe have a little breakfast, just kind of let the morning come as it does. What's this guy want? Okay, you're gonna do the late turn signal. That's always helpful. So that's a win, man. That's a win for me. I'm glad. Look, I hope they have a lot of success with the drop, but as for me, I'm sleeping in, baby. I'm not getting up early that day. All the flippers can fight over the pink UVs all they want. I'm sleeping in. I hate this stop here because it's so hard to see the. This is such a treacherous. It's like, all right, hit the gas pedal and pray, basically. I swear, man, sometimes how people design roads, it's like, what were we thinking here? What else can I ramble on about, huh? Jerseys. Okay, jerseys. So, got a jersey coming in, which will actually complete my Mike Vick Falcons Authentic set, which I'm happy for. And that's it. I did get a jersey in recently. I do have to share it, as well as the Vic when it comes in. So once the Vic is in, I'll have a jersey pickup. I do still have to do the hat pickups, and I do have to show some of the stuff I got from the stuff I got, I should say, from the online Labor Day deal Mitchell and Ness had, the 35% off deal, right? So hopefully at some point before the end of the weekend, I'll have that video up, and you'll see all the goodies that I've been able to accumulate over the past however many weeks. I got that Vic coming in. I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Slim and also to my buddy Luca, because I had to legit check with them. When it comes to those like Reebok or whatever authentics, it's so hard for me to figure out if they're good or not. And this was a tricky one for them too. I mean, Slim, Slim said he was pretty sure it was good, but just to be sure, send it to someone else too as a second, second pair of eyes on it, second opinion. So Luca. It was funny, Luca actually called on Messenger and we were talking about it, and Luca was going over. Luca's so great with the details, with all the jerseys, like, okay, well, this is the way this is supposed to be that. So we went over that, and then we talked shop a little bit. Well, by the time the conversation ended, the jersey ended, something got sold. It was on eBay. So because it was a buy it now, and someone bought it as I was legit checking. And then, but the good thing was there was another one on Macari that Luca alerted me to, so I was able to get that one. And I think I got that one a bit cheaper than I would have had to pay for the one on eBay anyhow, so it worked out. Just has to show up in the mail, but it's on the way. So there's that. The Sixers City Edition jersey was leaked last week. Looks pretty nice. I'd have to see it still, but it looks like they're going to do kind of a version like of the 1970 jersey with the when they had the scripted 76ers across the front of it. They wore that jersey as a throwback a few years ago. So this one says City of Brotherly Love across the front. It's a white jersey with some red trim, it looks like, and the City of is smaller size font in blue, and then the Brotherly Love is big, almost like that 76ers, across in red. And it looks like it's just single layer. It doesn't look like, unlike the 70, because with the 70, I think it was double layered. Or at least double stitched with red with the blue trim. This, I think, is just red, single layer red. And the shorts they showed too, they look pretty nice. And they also showed the court, what the court's going to look like for that. So nice job. I think for the most part, the Sixers have done a nice job with their City Edition jerseys and the different jerseys that they've since Nike's taken over that they've worn. I like the statement red jerseys they have. The association and icons are nice with the stars and stripes. And then the City Editions have been pretty nice. I loved last year's. I don't know if they can top the Spectrum themed jersey. I kind of wish they could have just kept that and worn that, but I understand it's about money, right? That's why teams do it. And so they're going to do a different City Edition every year, basically. And so that's this year's. And we've gotten some stuff about, what other teams are doing for statement jerseys. And I think we saw the Warrior, like a glimpse of the Warriors, what the City Edition with the lotus flower and stuff. And, I have to see more of that because it really wasn't a detailed picture. So, once that is out there, I know they're doing a new statement jersey this year, and they're doing the throwback Run TMC away jerseys this year with the captaincy. I'm hoping just for Steph, Clay, and Draymond. But looking forward to getting those in Steph, as we know. And then the Sixers, the City of Brotherly Love City Edition, probably going to get Embiid. I mean, I have Embiid in all of them, so I'll probably just keep with the big fella there. Harden would be an option. Maxey would be an option too. I do want to get a Tyrese Maxey jersey. I'm just a little worried if they're planning on. I hope they're not going to trade him unless it's for some super duper star. But with the fact that Durant is staying with the Nets and the fact that Donovan Mitchell was moved to the Cavs, I think Tyrese might stay. A bit longer. So, but a Maxey jersey would be nice. Like I said, I mean, so the City Edition is probably going to, I'm still guessing it would be Embiid just to keep the tradition going. But I do need to get a Tyrese jersey at some point. And other than that, I mean, there's been some glimpses of what other teams are doing. So we'll see. Obviously, all the rest of the City Edition stuff has to come out, I guess, during the season or whenever they start leaking out that this is what they're doing. And like I said, with hockey, you're going to have the return of the retro reverse jerseys, or the reverse. I never remember what it said. Reverse retro, whatever it is. But the alternate jersey that the teams are going to wear. You've seen some leaks of some teams. I think the Oilers are bringing back the metallic oil drop or whatever. They're going to bring that one back. So we'll see. I would imagine, as far as those jerseys are concerned, I mean, the Flyers and Ovechkin probably be the two for me. I mean, unless the Ducks do something crazy with the Jason Duck logo. We'll see what some of the other teams do. It's hard because those jerseys, they move quick, and they're pricey. So, I mean, pricey if you get like the prime green, Adidas. If you get like the Fanatics version, obviously it's not as pricey, but still, if you want to get a prime green, it's going to cost a few shekels, and a few shekels there, and they move because the hockey fans they don't wait. They whatever damn the price. They go out. That stuff moves quick. So, and I know the NBA stuff does too. So it's like you really have to it's like beat the clock with these drops. And it's like, all right, well, what are we doing here, right? Now, obviously, I mean, you do have some outlets, maybe Cool Hockey, maybe they have more stock, maybe stuff hangs a little bit because it's custom, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I've never gone with them on anything yet, so I don't know. I'm not speaking out of experience with them, right? but it's an option. But yeah, I mean, you know, with the hockey jerseys, you are dealing with something that's a little more pricey, but also stuff that even with the price is going to move pretty quick. So you got to really kind of be on your, you know, at the ready with that stuff, you know. And some stuff might hang around in stores. You know, some of those Fanatics branded jerseys, they might hang. You know, but anything that's Adidas, any old, you know, prime green or whatever, I mean, that stuff's going to go. So, you know, we shall see what we shall see. I know a few years ago when they came out, I got the Adidas Authentic for the Ducks because they did the Wild Wing 2.0. I knew I wanted to get an Adidas, you know, version of that. For the Flyers and Ovechkin, you know, I just got the Fanatic. The Flyers, I knew I was just going to get the Fanatic version anyhow. And the Ovechkin, when I saw that in the store, I knew I had to have it because it was the you know, the Screaming Eagle logo, and it just looked too nice not to be able to take it home. So, you know, we'll see what these teams do this year. But, you know, some people think it's overkill, and I get it. I mean, you know, I do. I understand. It's all money grabs, and that's what it is. You know, that's what merchandise is. That's why teams do what they do. That's why these companies do what they do. Pump out all these jerseys, and teams will go through rebranding and this and that. It's always to make money. I mean, that's the bottom. The bottom dollar is the bottom line. You know, that's why merchandise is made. That's why teams will do what they do to change the look or do something that they know fans are going to love, like the Phillies with the powder blue, you know, jerseys, the Eagles with the Kelly greens next year. I mean, those are going to be hotcakes next year. I mean, you know, anything Kelly green moves, just like before the Phillies wore the powder blue as the Throwback Thursday jersey. Anything with the old, you know, the old colorway, that was the stuff that sold. So they're like, yeah, let's wear these now as an alternate throwback jersey, and it's great. They look awesome even today. Eagles, the same thing. The Kelly green, anything Kelly green still moves off shelves. You know, it sells, right? Because you have the nostalgia vibes with them, right? So they're going to finally go with the Kelly greens as a throwback alternate next season. And with the helmet rule, I guess, laxing or whatever they're doing, teams can do it now. So the Eagles are on board, and I don't blame them. I mean, believe me, those Kelly green jerseys are going to be probably some of the hottest sellers next season for any team wearing throwbacks. And the creamsicle bucks and stuff like that. Yeah, because that's what fans want to see. They want to see the teams wearing them again as a throwback. Yeah, you know, and that's why. I mean, you know, you see like the Sharks, right? They rebranded again their jersey. It has that old school feel to it, right? Like their original jersey look was, you know, with some modernization to it. But those jerseys are going to move because it's still something that the fans, you know, in Res and Bay Area can tell you, it's in the fields. Those are the jerseys they remember from when they were younger, the team's wearing. So if they wear something similar to that, it's certainly gonna be a big mover, right? Even if the team, you know, in some cases, even if the team isn't that good, but they're bringing back that old look, it still gets people in the fields and they still go after it, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, with the fact that Nike and Adidas is doing everything they're doing with these different city edition and, you know, with the statement, retro, reverse, and who knows what else they're going to come out with, it's always to make money. But with people like me, they're getting my money. I mean, they do. Because I'm a collector. And the more that there's out there for me to collect, you know, I'm a happy person. It's dangerous. But yeah, I mean, they got me. I mean, they do. But you know, that's part of the collecting. That's part of, you know, what I do. So, but I I get, why people are like, it's too much, it's overkill, it's this and that and the other thing. I get it. But I still have fun collecting it, and I still look forward, to seeing what the new things are going to be year after year. It's something, I see it as something to look forward to, It's like that kind of surprise, like, oh, okay, well, they're wearing this. Like, okay, the Sixers are wearing City of Brotherly Love jerseys this year. All right. The Warriors are going to bring back the run TMCs. Awesome. With the captaincy, even better. Right? Different stuff. So NBA, they have so many different lines, right? They have Statement, they have City Edition, they have Throwback, they have, Icon and Association. I mean, right there, what's that, five different jerseys that are going to be, now some of the jerseys are from the year prior, but then every year you're going to get a new City Edition. You're going to get, in some cases, a new Statement jersey. Some teams rebrand. Sometimes it's not a good idea that they rebranded, but they do. See, Utah Jazz. But it's always for money. It's always going to be for money. And these corporations, and that's what they are. That's what Nike is. And they're making money, and as long as that happens, they're going to continue to make these things. And whether people like it or not, that's just what it is, And a lot of people were talking about the advertisements on hockey jerseys now. Again, it's money. That's a corporation. And the way I look at it, because obviously none of us have seen advertisements on hockey jerseys, at least in the NHL, until this year, right? So it's a new thing. But it's weird because I kind of got used to the ad sponsors on the NBA jerseys, to the point that you kind of want it on the jersey when you get the jersey, right? So you get the jersey from the team's sites, from the team stores on the net. You get it with the ad sponsor, like Rakuten for the Warriors. I still have to get a Sixers with the crypto, but but it's an extra. I mean, in some cases the ad sponsor looks really nice on there. The design might be a nice design or something, hey, everybody knows what this is, right? On the jersey. I remember when Milwaukee had the Harley Davidson logo. That was pretty cool, right? I mean, and they did something else. But, it's something different, and at first we're all like, we don't want this. And then it got to the point where you got used to it and you want it on your jerseys now, So it might be the same thing with hockey. It might not. I know that Toronto's doing something with milk. Okay, I mean, it's. I will say this: at least the ads, they're small, little logos on the jerseys, like the NBA. They don't take up the whole jersey or a big portion of the jersey. It's a little patch. So I mean, I can live with that. If they start looking like NASCAR driver jackets, that might become an issue. But if it's just one little patch, it is what it is. And I'm sure the NFL is going to do it. I'm sure MLB is going to do it. They're all going to do it because it's money. It's more revenue for them. They're all going to do it. Eventually. And yeah, I mean, we're going to bitch and moan about it, but eventually you get used to it, and it becomes like, it just becomes like, it's always been there almost, But, that's my take on that. Yeah, I get it. People want things just traditional, and this is it, no ads on it. But, again, it's more money for these corporations, and it's a corporate world. That's what it is. That's what sports is. We love it. We're fans. We all have teams that we root for, right? But it's a corporation. These are corporate dollars. It's a business. The game on the field or on the ice is just part of it. It's a small part of it. it's all about the business and making money and revenue, and it's a big deal. But it is what it is, man. It's a corporate world out there, and I hate to say that you get used to it after a while. I'm not surprised. I'm not, ads on a hockey jersey. It's not surprising. NBA was the first to do it. They were the first to break the ice, if you will. Now hockey wants to do it. I'm sure the NFL and like I said, MLB, they're going to follow suit. And it might be a little ad, but I'm sure it's coming. So, there's that. I know Mitchell Ness hinted last week at putting out their new NFL Authentic line, what they're going to do for the authentic NFL jerseys this year. They hinted at it on Instagram. Sorry for the glare, but they hinted at it on Instagram last week. I still haven't seen any. They brought back those ridiculous-looking half-and-half jerseys that look fake. The NFL ones, like for the Eagles, half of it's Kelly Green, half of it's white. It's like, can we just do away with those? That's where I'll gripe about, okay? But I have yet to see any new authentic NFL jerseys by Mitchell and Ness. But, I know that was a topic of conversation last week on Rez's Live on YouTube, and shout out to Rez again for that. Always fun. Haven't seen any. I don't know. I know the picture they showed. I mean, speaking of Mike Vick, was Mike Vick, and it looked like it was his. May have been the rookie jersey, because I don't think it had the equipment shield on there. So the first authentic that they made of him for the Falcons, they did his second year home black jersey with the equipment logo. That's how you can always know that you can always tell his rookie year from his second year in the league. Because I think it was after his second, I want to say it was after his second year they rebranded. But maybe the third year. But the first jersey, so when he first came in the league, and I'll show this when I show my jersey. So when he first came in the league, it was the year before they did the equipment shield logo. So it's just the regular NFL shield on the collar. The second year is when they did the NFL Reebok did the NFL equipment shield logo on the collar. So Mitchell Ness recreated the first one they did for Vic for the Falcons was the second year, basically the black jersey. I'll always call it the Bad Boys 2 jersey, because that's the jersey you see Martin Lawrence wearing in Bad Boys 2. Although I don't think he's wearing an authentic. I still think that's like a replica one. Because I didn't see the stitching in the 7s on the shoulders. I know, jersey heads. This is what we notice in movies. But so that's the jersey that Mitchell Ness made first for authentic Vic Falcons jerseys, and they did that one wrong because the Falcon logo is a little too small in the sleeves. It is what it is. But so I think this, at least the picture they showed of him, I believe is from his rookie year. I'd have to see it again to know for sure, but I don't believe that was the equipment logo shield. Equipment shield logo. So that they're trying to do authentic, and I would be interested to see if either way, if they do his rookie year or his second year white jersey, it's the white jersey, if they corrected the logo issue. If they made the Falcon logo a little bigger, as it should be. And of course they did the Kelly Green Eagles authentic for him too a couple years ago. So I don't know, outside of that one picture of Michael Vick wearing the white Falcon jersey, rookie year or second year, I don't know. Nothing's really been leaked. There hasn't been any, obviously today's Wednesday, so you still got a couple more days left in the week. But according to their Instagram, it said this week would be when they put them out. And obviously the NFL season's going on. It's now going into week 3. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense for them to put out their authentic line of NFL jerseys. But I'd be interested to see what they do. I don't know. As I told Rez and the fellas last week in Rez's Live, if they did an authentic Ray Lewis rookie Ravens, regardless of which purple or white, I'm going to the store. I want that sucker. But I don't know. I don't have any inside information. Obviously, I don't work for the company. I don't know if there was an issue or not with that logo on the sleeve. So the Ray Lewis rookie, you got the full Raven with the wings on the sleeves. And I don't know if there's like a copyright or something where they couldn't do it. I don't know. But it's been one that's it's been kind of hinted, but it hasn't come yet. But trust me, they make that. I'm in the door. And no, I don't do assists. Sorry. You have to fend for yourself. There's a phone number and they have Instagram. Damn it, use it. I don't work for them. So anyhow, that, it would be interesting to see what they do. Who they're going to make, what team they're going to make of those players. As far as Mike Vick, I mean, the only authentic Vick, whether it's Mitchell Ness or Reebok, that I still want now that I got the last of the holdouts for the Falcons, is the white Eagle jersey, the road jersey, Reebok era, because that I have like good memories with him in, right? That was the comeback game against the Giants, right? The Deshaun Jackson punt return, but Vick had such a big, right, fourth quarter in that game, the comeback. I want to say they wore the white jersey. I'd have to look at it again, see highlights when they beat, just put a hurting on Washington on Monday Night Football, and where like the first play of the game was a bomb to Deshaun Jackson. I think it was one of those games. They beat up on Washington a few times with Vic, but I know the one game, I believe it was a Monday night. And I think Donovan McNabb was with Washington at the time, and Vic he put on a show, and to the point where John Gruden said, "I want that man's autograph." It's like, but I believe they were wearing the white jerseys, and it's tough because I know Washington wears the white jersey a lot, so I'd have to go back and look if it was the white or the midnight greens. But I mean, if it was the white, that's another reason to want to get that one. I have his Eagles jersey. I have but they're the swingman basically. I got the black, and I got the Kelly green, in basically your swingman, Reebok jerseys at the time. But all the Falcons that he's worn, I have some Pro Bowls. I have all of his Virginia Tech jerseys. And the reason is Mike Vick, and I understand the off-the-field stuff. I get it. Believe me, I'm not going to get into that subject, okay? But he was one of the first, and I saw Randall, but I saw Randall at the end of his career, so I didn't see prime Randall when he was the ultimate weapon. Mike Vick was like one of the first quarterbacks that I ever saw that you had to watch. That was just Mr. Excitement. He was a video game. He was must watch TV. You couldn't if the Falcon game was on TV, you had to watch it. And I remember him at Virginia Tech and how what a talent he looked like at Virginia Tech, and then of course with the Falcons, and then after his incarceration, and whatever, with the Eagles, he had some good solid seasons with the Eagles. So, again, I understand. I'm not going to get into the politics and this and that, but for me, Mike Vick was one of the first real exciting quarterbacks that I was a fan of, and so that's part of the reason why I have so many of his jerseys in the collection. But I would like to get, like I said, the white, either Reebok authentic or Mitchell Ness does an authentic. I would like that one. Maybe the midnight green too, but certainly the white one. Of them, I would say the white one. And again, it's mainly because of that Giants game. But, you know, I've seen it. You know, it's out there. You see it enough. So at some point, I'm sure, I would imagine before the end of maybe even this football season, I'll have one in hand. But we'll see. I don't think I'll get his Steelers or Jets jerseys. And I know he had a couple decent games, but that was pretty much Mike Vick just hanging on at that point. He's collecting a check. Although, I mean, look, a Mike Vick, Steelers or Jets, how often are you going to see those, right? But yeah, I want prime Vick. I want all the Falcons and the Eagles. Like I said, he had some good years here. So, but anyhow, there's that. I got his Virginia Tech jersey, so I'm good there. This one Falcon jersey was the last of the whole. Like I said, that was the last of the whole set. So now, once that comes in the mail, I'll have every single one that he wore authentic-wise with the Falcons. And that's like prime Vic. So, you know, I'm happy to have that set completed. And I got some Pro Bowl. I'm not a big Pro Bowl buyer, but there was a guy in our group, Kings of Throwbacks, some years ago that was selling a bunch of Vic jerseys. And I bought, you know, the Falcon Authentics he had. I bought like 3 of the Pro Bowls at the time, you know, because they look cool. And it's, you know, it was Vic, so. The one I felt bad I didn't get, he did have the White Eagles one. I didn't get it from him. And that was the one I kind of felt bad afterwards. I'm like, I should have gotten the Eagles one too. But, you know, you can only do so much. So we're pulling up to the ballpark now. Get you again with the parking, $22 is what it is. Get ready. I don't know if I go in here. Oh, 52 minutes, okay. Hope it doesn't shut off on me. Let's do it. Plastic man. Don't need cash. Plastic man. Swipe. Oh, I'm sorry. Chip. How you doing?
22.
How you doing today, sir?
Card decline. Can you try again? Just used it.
Probably my fault. Here, you see? Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
My
You
fault
too.
about
Nah, no worries. Go Phils. Go ahead. Say, you don't know who I am? This card ain't declined, no. As many times as I use it, come on. Less is my card saying, all right, you used it too much. You got to take a break. I just used it. I know it's good. You know, that's sometimes, you know, technology. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, play the game a little bit. say, where's my wallet? Put it on the chair. That moment of, oh no! Yeah, you got the tailgaters going. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna see if I went. Yep. You're not gonna put your turn signal on. You're gonna run into people. All right. I guess I got here a little later than I usually do. Usually I found parking right away. I mean, I know I've passed some spots, but I don't like to be in the middle because then I always forget where I am when I park. So I look for landmarks. Like there's a statue here. I usually try to park around this statue so I remember where I am. You know, the brain after a while, yeah, it's like, yeah. So, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to park over there. Then I won't remember where I am. Little parking tip: if you can, you know, find a landmark or something that you can remember exactly where you're parked, it comes in handy, you know, when you're leaving. I've learned that. I've had times where I'm like, where's my car? I can't find it, damn it. Like at the mall or something, you know? So usually I try to park near a store that I know or an entrance that I know. And when I come to the ballpark, like I said, there's this statue here in this parking lot. So I try to park around there so I know, okay, now I know where I am. Try and tell me my car's declined. They don't know MightyFan, do they? Yeah, I'll tell you what. It can happen with cards, though, because this darn chip, and sometimes the chip goes bad. It you know, it's happened. But I know I just used it. I just used it. How's it bad? Trying to tell me. Anyhow, we're at the ballpark. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to hope to see a win. God, we need a win. We just, good vibes tonight. Good vibes. Let's get a dub tonight against those Blue Jays. And then, you know, we'll see what happens, right? The rest of the way. Playoffs, come on. Playoffs. It can happen. It can finally happen. So anyhow, we're gonna go in. And it's also Dollar Dog Night. So there's that, right? Anyhow, I am rambled on here for almost an hour. You joined me on another trip to Citizens Bank Park, where we're hoping to see a win tonight, and continue our hunt for Red October. But anyhow, what do you always got to do, right? You got to leave those likes. Like, right? You got to also make sure you hit the subscribe button if you already haven't done so. And whether you have or have not already done so, subscribe-wise, you want to hit the bell icon so you always get notified to future content from yours truly, okay? You never want to miss it because you never know what I'm going to do. I could be taking trips where they told me my card's declined even though it wasn't, and I could I could be showing different pickups where my card works properly. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen in the life of a collector for yours truly. So, anyhow, gonna go for now. Go Phils. Go Birds again this week. Of course, another Season of the Fan series vid will be coming out later in the week as we enter week 3 of the NFL season. So look forward to that. And I will see you around. I have some pickups to share, so that's probably the next thing you'll see from yours truly. So be on the lookout for that later in the week or weekend. And we'll take it from there. All right, everyone, you all take care.